Welcome to this explainer. If you live in South Dakota, well, you already know the deal. Our winters are absolutely brutal, and keeping your family warm can mean facing some genuinely staggering utility bills. But what if I told you there's a way to significantly relieve that financial pressure? Today, we're going to unlock everything you need to know about applying for LIHEAP. It's a program designed specifically to empower households by helping them manage those heavy winter heating costs. So, if you want to secure your household's warmth without all that financial anxiety, you are in exactly the right place. Here is our roadmap for today. We're going to cover 1. Introduction and overview, 2. Eligibility, 3. The application process, 4. Deadlines and common mistakes, 5. After application, and finally, 6. Resources and disclaimers. All right, Section 1. Introduction and overview. Let's dive right in and establish exactly what this assistance is all about. Let's be real for a second. High energy costs cause significant economic hardship. When the temperatures drop below freezing, heating your home isn't just a luxury, right? It's an absolute necessity. If your household is struggling to balance the cost of heat against other essential expenses, like groceries or medical bills, you're definitely not alone. And the good news is, there is a structured support system waiting for you. That support system is LIHEAP, which stands for the Low Income Energy Assistance Program. Now, officially in South Dakota, it's often just referred to as LIHEAP. It's a vital federal block grant program, but it's administered locally right here by the South Dakota Department of Social Services, or the DSS. The whole point of the program is to help you pay for your primary heating source. That means whether your home relies on propane, natural gas, electricity, fuel oil, coal, or even wood, this program is designed to help. And the impact of this program can be massive, depending on your household size, your income, your heating type, and the region of the state you live in. An eligible household can receive a maximum regular heating benefit of up to $2,400. Think about that for a second. That is a huge weight lifted off your shoulders during the coldest months of the year. Section 2. Eligibility. Who actually qualifies for LIHEAP? Let's translate some of these dense bureaucratic rules into plain, accessible language so you know exactly where you stand. First up, the state requires that your household be what they call vulnerable. Now, don't let that term confuse you. In this context, being vulnerable simply means you carry the direct responsibility for paying your home heating costs. Whether you live completely alone or you share an apartment with roommates, you just have to be the one liable for the bill. This applies if you pay a utility company directly, or even if your heat is rolled into your rent and paid to a landlord. Now, here is how they calculate your financial eligibility. Feel free to pause the explainer right here to find your household size and check your specific bracket. To qualify, your gross household income basically needs to be below 200% of the federal poverty level. But here is the catch. They look at your income over the 3 full calendar months immediately prior to the date you apply. Oh, and a great bonus fact. If everyone in your household is currently an active SNAP recipient, you are automatically deemed categorically income eligible for LIHEAP. That makes things a whole lot easier. Section 3, application process. We're going to frame this as taking action and securing your peace of mind. Navigating government benefits really doesn't have to be an overwhelming ordeal. Honestly, it all boils down to 3 straightforward steps: gathering your paperwork, picking the submission method that works best for you, and officially submitting the form. Let's break those down. Treat this document checklist as your absolute most critical tool. You're going to need proof of income for the last 3 months for every adult in the house. That means pay stubs, award letters, or tax returns if you're self-employed. You also need a copy of your recent utility bill or a fuel fill ticket, but take a close look at that third point. If you heat your home with natural gas, propane, or fuel oil, you absolutely must also provide your most recent electric bill. Why? Because the state actually calculates the secondary electrical costs required to run the blowers and fans in your heating system. And finally, make sure every single person in the house who is 18 or older actually signs the application. Once your documents are ready, South Dakota offers 4 distinct pathways to apply, designed to accommodate everyone's comfort level. You can use their digital portal online at ehportal.sd.gov. You can email a scanned application and your documents directly to dssheat@state.sd.us. You can call their toll-free number to have a paper form mailed to you, or you can simply walk into any local DSS office. Just choose whichever method is easiest for you. Section 4, deadlines and common mistakes. Let's create a little bit of urgency here and talk about the common pitfalls that cause applications to get instantly rejected. Please mark your calendars. The firm deadline for regular heating season benefits is March 31st. It is incredibly important that you apply as early as possible. LIHEAP funds are distributed on a first-come, first-served basis. If you apply after March 31st, your application will just be held and processed for the next heating season. That leaves you without help for the current winter, and nobody wants that. Now, here's a systemic issue you really need to be aware of. It's often called the cliff effect. Because the state's rules require evaluating your income based on the preceding 3 calendar months, a sudden economic hardship can leave you in a surprisingly tough spot. For instance, say you suffer a sudden job loss in December, so your current income is 0. But because the state looks backward at your wages from September, October, and November, those prior earnings might actually disqualify you from receiving immediate assistance. It's a structural barrier, so you just need to plan your application timing carefully. To save yourself a massive amount of time and frustration, double-check your application against these common mistakes. Missing just one signature from a household member over 18, or forgetting to include that secondary electric bill we talked about earlier, will stall your approval process entirely. If you're self-employed, failing to include a complete, signed copy of your previous year's federal tax return is an instant roadblock. So double-check everything. Section 5. After application, what happens next? Let's set some clear expectations for the waiting period so you aren't left in the dark wondering. Be prepared for a bit of a wait. Applications are processed, and the DSS will notify you by mail of your eligibility determination within 60 days. Now, if they need more information from you, they won't just deny you outright, which is great. They will send a letter requesting those specific missing documents. And if you are denied and you believe it was an error, you absolutely have the right to request a fair hearing to appeal the decision. Here's what's really interesting about how the money actually gets to you. The funds do not come to you as a personal check in the mail. Instead, South Dakota pays the benefit directly to your energy supplier. Those funds are applied right to your unpaid heating charges to keep the gas flowing and the lights on. It's incredibly efficient. Section 6, Resources and Disclaimers. Let's wrap things up by discussing what to do in an absolute emergency and addressing some special jurisdictional rules. It is absolutely vital to note that 6 sovereign Native American tribes in South Dakota administer their own independent LIHP programs, which are totally separate from the state DSS. They set their own eligibility criteria and their own benefit levels. By federal law, households are strictly barred from receiving both state and tribal energy benefits in the exact same program year. So you must apply to the correct jurisdiction where you reside to avoid any delays or dual benefit complications. Beyond regular heating assistance, South Dakota offers some really crucial safety nets. If you are in a dire emergency, meaning you have an active utility shutoff notice or maybe an eviction notice because your heat is included in your rent, the Energy Crisis Intervention Program, or ECIP, can step in to help immediately between October 1st and March 31st. There's also the Weatherization Assistance Program to help make your home more energy efficient, and the LIHNAP program to assist with your water and wastewater bills. We have covered a tremendous amount of ground today, and I strongly encourage you to take action right now. The true value of securing your household's warmth this winter literally cannot be overstated. Reach out to the state portal or pick up the phone and call the toll-free hotline at 1-800-233-8503 to request your application today. Finally, a quick required reminder. Please verify all details and eligibility requirements through the official South Dakota Department of Social Services website. Program guidelines, poverty levels, and funding availability are all subject to change. Staying informed is definitely your best defense against winter energy insecurity. Your family deserves a warm, safe home this winter, so don't let a little bit of bureaucracy stand in the way of claiming the support you are completely entitled to. So, what's your next step going to be? Thanks for joining me on this explainer. Stay warm and take care.